we ready for question number one?
Yes.
So my friend is resigning his 100% work from home role with no job lined up. My friend's company recently went through a couple of management changes and a merger. Due to this, several people resigned from the company, including his direct manager. Now, he works in software development, about 100,000 salary. It doesn't say whether it's US or UK, but let's assume US. And from what I understand, his job is really low stress. Maybe he works 2 or 3 hours a day. And this expectation has not changed yet. He doesn't plan to get a new job before resigning. He also plans to take 3 months off to visit his home country and potentially buy property there. He has no retirement plans at this point. So he's going to apply for new jobs when he returns after 3 months, perhaps after he's blown through his savings, or at least most of it, I don't know. I expressed my concern. This is the person who's asked the question. I expressed my concern, but he said it'll be fine. He can survive for a year without work. I advised he look for a new job before he goes or takes personal time off and takes care of his affairs during that time, but he refused. He's dead set on resigning this week because he absolutely needs 3 months off. Leanne, what are his chances in the current market to regain a similar work from home role, making a similar salary and possibly working 2-3 hours a day when he returns?
I think the person is asking the wrong question. What are the chances? Who knows? I mean, I don't know enough about this person, their expertise, their niche skills, how in demand they're going to be. Is the current market tough? Yes. Are there still vacancies out there? Yes. Are they fully remote and potentially lighter touch? Yes. So in terms of him gaining re-employment in exactly the same way, assuming he wants to, I mean, he's probably got as much chance as the next person, or maybe more. I don't know enough about him to say that. I guess I'm more confused of why? It's very sweet that you're concerned. And it's clear that you're thinking in this way. You think from a very risk-averse perspective. And I'm very risk-averse, so I empathize with that. But this person sounds like they've weighed up the risks. They've made a decision. They've got a plan. And they're sticking to it. There's a few things here that I think give me clues into this person's current mental state. First, that they're away from their home country. As an expat myself, I know how difficult that can be sometimes, particularly when you're going through a transition of some sort, because you don't necessarily have that support network as easily ready around you. So that's really tough. You said that there's been lots of structural changes. His manager resigned, other people did. It sounds like there's a bit of fundamental shift in the culture of the organization he works for. So with that, it isn't the job that he signed up for, and it isn't perhaps now the environment he wants to be in. You also said as well that he wants to take 3 months off, and he absolutely has to take 3 months off. It sounds like either he is I don't want to say burnt out, because you said it's a light touch, and that's what it might look from the outside. You don't always know for sure. So he could be burnt out, or it could be called what's rust out, where we don't have enough challenge in our jobs, and that can have a detrimental effect in the same way burnout can on our mental health. It sounds like this person's being quite sensible. They've got 12 months runway. It sounds like they're going back to their home country to buy property. That sounds like a pretty decent pension plan to me. So I think it's really, you've aired your concerns, you've shared them with them, you've been told, I think what sounds quite politely, to back off. This is a time that you back off. And I think the most important thing you can do as a friend, stay connected with this person when they do take their 3 months out. And if they do come back, and if they do want to try and get back into that type of job again, and they do struggle, don't turn around and say, I told you so. That's not going to be helpful. It's going to put up barriers, and it's probably going to be really detrimental to your friendship. So yeah, I would say also reflect on it and take some lessons for this. As a risk-averse person, I've learned a lot from Al in terms of when it's really smart to take a calculated risk, or indeed take a risk that's necessary to invest more in yourself and your own well-being. So I think I've not answered your question at all about how easy it is to get a job. I don't know enough about them, but I think you are missing the point perhaps of how to best respond and support this person.
I'm glad you said that they were risk averse, and this person has got maybe a slightly different risk profile. I think that's a really, really important thing to point out. The other thing is perhaps there's a little resentment there.
A bit of jelly.
Yeah. Ask yourself, person who asked this question, ask yourself, why are you so concerned about their life? You say you care about them. Is it that actually you're just a bit jealous and you wish you had that job? And it seems like, you You don't know what it's like. You say 2 to 3 hours a day. If you, for example, I think they said they were in software, didn't they, or a developer.
Mhm.
That 2 to 3 hours a day can often be a result of a further 3 to 4 hours of thinking, really deep thinking. So you're just seeing stuff from the outside. So what do they always say? The grass is always greener. Don't walk in someone's shoes. What is it? Walk a mile in someone's shoes before you criticize them. That way you're a mile away and you've got their shoes. Anyway, so